What is up, guys? My name is Shelton, and this video was recorded a very long time ago and put up on a different channel, a channel that I didn't really do much with and I don't want to do anything with, so I thought, why don't I download the video, make it look a little bit better, and upload it to this channel. So that's what I've done. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's a bit goofy and I don't know, if you want to say it's funny, it's funny. I'm really bad at drawing, so hope you enjoy. Today we are drawing Unicornius. So we're going to be basically drawing Unicornius. So this is going to be really fun. Let's see if we can draw him. So firstly we're going to start off with the legs. And we've got to make sure the legs look perfect. And then we've got to go down to the belly and draw the second leg. And then draw his well-known face shape with an ear. Not too sure why I drew an ear because he doesn't have ears. Then his tail area. So that's it. We've got the basic outline already done. Now we draw the two legs in the background to make it look like he's got two different legs. Make him look 3D. So now that's all done. We then add the hooves. Now it doesn't really matter at the moment how we add the hooves. We can have it all different and like loads of lines everywhere and all that and all messy. It doesn't really matter because we can rub them out later. Now we're going to draw his tail. And his tail has the lines in between and all that. And that's pretty cool. So we've got the tail already done. Now we draw a weird eye. A wonky, triangular, sort of square, circular, a cross between all of the different shapes eye. And that's pretty cool. We've drew the smile as well, which makes it extra cool. And we're just adding detail now to the ears. You probably can't really see this really much, so I'm going to zoom in. There we go. We're going to add more detail to the eye now. And that's it. That's already been done. And then now you can then randomly rub out lines in a leg. So here's where we start rubbing out the lines in the leg. So what we want to do is we want to switch to the eraser. And we want to slowly, very carefully rub out all of the lines in between the legs. And the reason for this is because we don't want our Unicornius looking messy. If he was to look messy, then it wouldn't be professional. And I want to be as professional as possible about this drawing. So now we switch to another pen. And we make sure that we fill in the lines that have been rubbed out by mistake with the eraser tool. Now that we've completed that, we can then start adding more detail into the stomach area, sort of fur. Now we're going to change colour. And we're going to add a little bit of a spin to Unicornius because this will be really fun. We're not going to leave him his natural colour. We're going to colour him in like a beige sort of cream colour. Just to give texture and make a concept of what Unicornius would be like if he was to ever disguise as a donkey. Now that we've added the texture of all around, we can move on to adding the texture to the legs, making sure that those lines are all added to the legs. Then randomly rotate the screen, just to check that it's okay when it's upside down. Now we're going to switch to a new tool and change the width of the pen. So as you can see, it's like a felt tip. You can still see all of the different lines, or all of the texture lines and everything, all that we did before, which gives it a nice 3D look, makes it look nice and professional. And as you can see, you can still see them. It's very nice, and we must be careful when we're using this tool not to go outside the lines, but if you do go outside the lines, you can always use the eraser tool to rectify these lines. Now we're going to zoom in and make sure that the eye is white. So we've got to make sure that we select the correct tool to be sure that the eye stays white. Running into technical difficulties there. Let's make sure that we change the pen tool to the eraser. Whoa, and we kinda overdid it there. So we press the undo function, which you can get on most editors like mine. I'll leave a link to my editor in the description if any of you guys want to use my editor, which is on the mobile application, And this one's much better than the previous one that we used for drawing the alien. But I actually do agree, this one's much better. It gives us better results. So now we're going to do the circling technique, as some of you may know. And the circling technique is really good. It really adds detail to the eyes. And then we're going to colour in the mouth and give him a weird funny smile to make him look slightly evil. Now don't question why we're making him look evil, because this is an artist concept, and with artist concepts you can't question the concept. All you can do is marvel the art that looks brilliant. So we're just colouring the hooves, and we need to colour that in a black, and the black needs to stand out more to show that it's a hoof, but we need to make sure that the white shine stays on the hoof, because we need that shine to really show throughout the hoof, just to show that it gives it more of a 3D look, and to make him look more lifelike. So we're still colouring in, and there we go. There's his hoofs complete, and I can see, wow, it's all coming together. The white shine on the hoof just really makes it good. And now it looks like we're going to use the fill tool, fill in his tail. Now this is yet again only on certain editors. You can't find it on everything. You can't even find it on software like Paint. Oh no, wait. Silly me. You can. You can find the fill tool on any professional editing software. So we're going to fill it in black for some reason, and that's not correct. So we're going to then change that to blue. And then we're going to change his next bit of tail to a green. And then we're going to go for a red. A red, yes, a red. There we go. And there's Unicornius so far. Now, as you can see, he looks floating in the air. And if you saw Oliver age 24's drawing of his best friend, Unicornius, you would have noticed that Unicornius always has a rainbow underneath him. So we're going to try and draw the rainbow to make him look really cool. Now you've got to make sure that you do fill in all the lines, because when it gets around to filling in the fill tool, sometimes you can run into problems where it will colour in everything. So you want to be careful of that. So be sure to zoom in and fill in every single pixel that could be blocked open if you use the fill tool. Now we're going to use a green to really emphasize the rainbow. And there it is. Wow, it looks so brilliant. Now, although Unicornius is still floating in the air, he looks really, really awesome if I do say so myself. So we're just going to rectify these few errors that we've just run into down here, because I wasn't careful and I didn't fill in every space. However, because this is a tutorial, I wanted to do it really, really quickly for you guys. I didn't want to waste your time, therefore you guys can spend a lot more time on this, but because it is a tutorial, I have to be as quick as possible. I don't want this drawing to mess up, and I don't want you guys to go with the wrong knowledge. We're going to go back to the fill tool, and we're going to use a red. Now if you've noticed, the rainbow looks a little bit like his tail, which gives a new type of concept, and the fact that his tail matches the rainbow really adds definition to the drawing. Now we're going to continue to add detail to the ear. Now we're going to use a reddish pink inside the ear, because every single animal usually has colouring inside the ear. Now Unicornius is looking really good so far, and I really can't think of anything else to do, apart from possibly add more detail. You could keep possibly zooming in and zooming out and trying to find new details to add. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to add more detail to Unicornius, because we need to add the shade and the texture to make him really stand out. Now we're using black to really define it's not black, it's like a sort of lighter grey sort of colour, and it really defines him. It adds the grey texture of the fur to him. So this is what Unicornius would look like if he was furry and looked like a donkey. Now Unicornius is starting to look really good. All that's left to do is to add our name, to make it a professional drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and write my name with an underline to add that extra bit of professionalism. Now possibly we could go ahead and add such things like my logo. Now I'm just going to use the text feature because I've just found it, and I think that it's going to look so much better rather than my signature. Now this makes it more professional as more of a digital signature rather than just a drawed on signature, and adds that extra bit of professionalism to the piece. Now all that's left to do is to save the drawing. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. I've really tried my best. I'm glad you guys watched all the way through, and that's about it.